And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Shadow Empire. We're on round 183. We did have some fighting over the end turn. We killed 1,200 infantry and 300 walkers, and the cost was 600 of our own infantry. We have 5 decisions awaiting us. Oops, I had a promise to recon hexes, and I didn't bother to recon them. We discovered a new tech, mining robotization. Nobody likes to work in the mine, right? Why do we not design robots specifically adapted to do this work? Yes. And we finished heavy combat armor, that's good. Stress the need for... We're achieving more efficiency. Commerce and... Alright.
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to pay that much political power for the Secret Service Council. What do I want here? Tech-wise. Lightweight ammo is going to let me get into propulsion, which is things like high-speed rail, jetpacks wouldn't be too bad, hyper-explosive ammo. Oh, I didn't realize an actinide take ammo requires an equal pine. Okay. So yeah, I think we want to go into lightweight ammo or missiles. I think lightweight ammo right now would be good.
Roger that.
Battle Dojo discovered. We wanted to continue, because it's just going to provide us free recruits if we allowed to continue. New Elder Tech power. That's bonus to government. I really don't care about government, so we'll do the no option. Maybe we're running a short power shortage. So that probably means it's time to expand the volcanic energy.
Copy that.
Down here, we're going to attack, finish off this band of nomads.
Let's go. Operation successful.
Operation successful.
Enemy spotted. Easy. Enemy spotted. Easy. Hostiles detected. Target destroyed. Armored car running north. So now running around the coast is actually going to be the improvement here. The road.
We're taking fire. All clear.
It's one way to find the enemy. Potentially going to waste some mercs here, but we're going to send the mercs in to do this.
Do no harm? Yeah, right.
There we go. So we know there's that one aquatic one there. I suppose that means I should move the mercs down to deal with it, as their mobility allows. And the rest of these forces actually want to move back towards the main road. Oh, and of course the aquatic one just goes off into the ocean. That's the other aquatic one. So I got a militia unit chewed up on it. Obviously, you got a bottleneck in here. Okay, it's a local bottleneck. That just means I need to expand the truck station down here. Fair enough. I don't own the truck station. That would contribute to the local bottleneck, yeah. Just pressing that button will double the logistics in that area. Okay, a bunch of construction's presumably finished. Oil facility. I probably do want this upgraded. If I want to run more mechanized, I probably want to upgrade it, so let's get it upgrading. Well,
Copy that.
more motorized. Here's that saying, you saw the later Bandits Vict has done. Ammo cost of big bomb hatches significantly reduced, especially the highest bomb loads. Spirit of the Bomber. No, I haven't necessarily looked at the patch notes to see what's upcoming in the game. But to be fair, the bigger bomb hatches getting ammo reductions doesn't necessarily surprise me that much. Depending upon your map, it can be a bit hard to get big bombs capable of, or big bombers capable of carrying those big bomb hatches. So making them a little less of a luxury item is not something I'm completely opposed to. Okay, got some more colonists to go send to the colony. Okay, so that should be the last meeting to send to this colony. We can start
Aye, aye, sir.
potentially setting up for turning this one over for colony. Logistics down there. Okay, drilling facility is done, recycling facility is done, bureaucratic office 3, and Adams Market is done, so we'll get that upgrading to 4. And I think it was this one down here was also done. Yeah.
Affirmative.
But I suppose that level 1 recycling facility probably wants an upgrade as well, so we can get the artifacts quicker. There we go. And the next turn, no delay. If we have no delays, we'll have the rail stations improved. And then before we end this turn, we should check up the organizations. The model council is not currently doing anything. We're going to do a model design. Upgrade the infantry 1. So our old GI4s are running Gauss rifles. We can upgrade them to charged Gauss. They're running combat armor. We can upgrade them to heavy combat armor. And then we got 94 political power to spend. What was the case of... First check mining, make sure we don't need any peripheral mining. Not yet. Prospecting. Okay, we've found everything prospecting-wise. $17.9 points. So I could do some diplomacy, free movement. Got free movement with them. Need to get free trade with them first. Do I have a free trade card? I do. They've got to... apparently they broke the
Roger
regulations
that.
at some point, so we'll just go re-get that with them. We need free trade with you.
Roger that.
Down here, we're cultural, open, corporation, friendship. So we could do victory pact, but I usually tend to hold off until that would make us win. For 5.6. Be decent swing. We wouldn't have to wait until we get up to full 50, get up to 45 and win that way. I wouldn't be surprised if we could get that also with Nelson State. So only get up into the high 30s would probably be a winning state. Still got a way to go for that. I've got some covert ops. Let's do some spying.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's get some investor backing going in the colony.
Aye, aye, sir. Aye, aye, sir.
And then private investment.
Order
The newer
received.
newer integrations.
Order received.
That'll help with having us have a lot of money.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Thinking about it, I could probably do with more rare earth metals. We have a potential place to put a mine in, yeah. Let's run the road up to that mine. Well, I'm thinking about it.
Affirmative.
Oh, and how bad would it be to get a road up to you? Sealed would be prohibitive. Could probably get away with a dirt one. We'll wait one more turn. Get the well going. That's actually a good question. Is G room there, or... Basically doesn't change the price. So I think industry would be nice to have done. Still want to do more discovery over in automation. Mining industry and logistics are the three we probably want. Probably make do with that hydroponics and the amount of food we've got coming in. We're currently wasting 3,000 food a turn. Yeah, currently wasting 3,000 food a turn. Okay, cycle that turn. Okay, we're in the non-aligned forces turn, so it should soon be coming up on us. Here we go. Round 184. A little bit of a, I suppose, boring end turn, because no fighting really occurred. Well, no significant fighting occurred. We have 5 decisions awaiting us. One secretary is retired. Shared energy subsidy. He wants to do some exploration right after we did some exploration, yeah.
Roger that. Copy that. Aye, aye,
Upgrade you to
sir.
big town. Cool. Power is down. The volcano energy should solve that, and it should solve that before we run out of power, hopefully. The magic strategic movement. Yep, that's all I can move. And then down here, we're not really expecting any fighting. So one of you is going to go there, the other one's going to go there. May have you come ashore. If you do, then you'll just have to fight your way ashore. Well, that's good, because we don't really want to fight them. So making them do an amphibious landing, it probably works out for us. Special troops go in against the Vera squid.
Do no harm? Yeah.
Now they're able to retreat back to the ocean, so that's what we did. We just threw them back in the ocean. So not a permanent solution, although we did trick them a bit. Okay, we're gonna run over to these guys. This is another big pile of population. Here we got non-aligned. We got no idea what they're touching. Looks like some more non-aligned touching the non-aligned. Got next to the anomaly, we just scouted out over there. We got a elitist. Oh no, that's still Davis Fort. Apparently, my reconnaissance on their front line is wrong. So those are the slavers. There's some slavers next to them, and it's more not lined up there. Okay. Got 3 spy cards.
Yes, sir.
Spy on that area.
Yes, sir.
And we'll invest some over
Yes,
there
sir.
as well.
Roger that.
Non-aggression pact. I don't think Davis Fort doesn't support non-aggression pact, so they can't have it if they don't want it. Need free trade with them.
Roger that.
Here's free trade. We can try freedom movement next. I'm pretty sure I have friendship pact with people down in the south, yeah. I don't have scientific exchange. You know what? Let's
Roger that.
get some scientific exchange. Oh, I suppose we could follow up the scientific joint. The people down to the south. Okay, we're gonna save up like 10,000 colonists before we make this a zone. We didn't actually, because we had a lot of ongoing construction projects, we didn't necessarily get a lot of industry. The rail stations are done. I'm gonna give it a turn before we queue up to level 5 on them. Vidcom's done. Everything else appears to proceed at speed. Or the oil will be done next turn, the rare metal will be done next turn, second facility done next turn, truck station done next turn. Bureaucratic offices are either 2 or 3 turns. Some of them we may be able to continue upgrading. And then the volcanic power plant in 7. I probably could splurge and try to start another volcanic plant over here. Just for backup duty, but no, I think we're good for the moment. And then prospecting, nothing to prospect. Do we need to peripheral mine anything? No. The first thing to run out probably will be that rare metal mine, but I think that's the only rare metal mine we've got. And it's an accessibly one, so when it runs out, it runs out. Victory up to 18.1. I got enough political power kicking around, I got enough money kicking around. Let's
Copy that.
engage in a bit of liberation from slavery. Okay. Something I meant to hit. Okay, working on turbojet engines. So I suppose we don't need, because we could probably be better off with turbojet. Working lightweight and high tech. Those are progressing. Cycle churn. Yeah, if we need another scientist, we could do that. In fact, actually, I'll pick you up, because we're going to have an empty secretary spot coming up next turn. You need to make a decent secretary. Or am I getting... No, I'm getting secretary and advisor confused. The secretary spot is always autofill. It's one of the ways that if you're desperate for leaders in the early game. You can relieve the secretary from his position with like a promise of giving him a different position. And then a new one will always spawn to fill the secretary spot. So you've basically got infinite secretaries that you can sort of retire from that position and assign to other positions so that you always have leaders if you're desperate. That works. We may have even done that this run. I think this run we may have done that once. Okay, we're on the non-aligned turret, so it should be coming around to us pretty quickly. A little bit of fighting with the non-aligned attacking the militia down south. There we are. So, over the intern, we killed 1,000 infantry and 200 walkers at the cost of only 100 militiamen. We have 3 decisions awaiting us on round 185. One of our recycling facilities is emptied. We did complete that demand. We discovered a new model type, light aircraft. So I suppose let's dump into the blueprints real quick and figure out if we can make a viable light fighter aircraft. New blueprint. If it's a fighter aircraft, we probably want the charged Gauss, heavy machine guns. And then we're either running ultralight propellant engines or jet engines. Let's assume it's going to require a jet. These are going to be fighters. 2 hex. We get 3 hex on fins. We go tiny, we get 6 hexes. 7. What if we go very small? Up to 9. That's small. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna get 9 on very small. The light jet engine. And to be fair, that's for fairly early aircraft on just jet engines, generic jet engines. So that's not that bad. Okay.
Copy
Royal
that.
Year's actions. People have sealed a toxic breach. We're the guy who solved the issue. We're commerce
Copy that.
first. Metropolis. Major city of Metropolis.
Copy
Okay.
that.
There goes most of our political power for the turn. Okay, power's still going down. We got 9 turns of power. We're still having issues. What can actually be done in 6, solving the problem. Metal's going down. Although that's probably due to all the ongoing construction. Some of which is finishing at this point. All drill facilities maxed. Could expand the rare earth metal facility, although you've only got 2,500 that we're going to pull out of the ground there. So we'll give it a couple turns. We'll at least give it a turn and see what the rate we're getting it out is at. Recycling facility. Complete. Truck station complete. An engine plant and okay, bureaucratic offices. There's not much to futz with there. We're gonna get to first. We're gonna move the tank and the recon buggy and the motorized. I suppose we should move these guys as well before we strategically move them. Yep, not enough strategic left for you, although we can get the HQ over there. Most of them are shipped over. There we go. There's the road a little bit forward. We're gonna probably have the 4th Infantry Corps here, 4th Infantry Brigade here, basically do a frontal assault on these non-line forces to push them back. Those guys are marching north. You marching north. You marching north. Chase them back into the sea.
Open fire! Open fire! Mission successful!
So, 31 subunits destroyed, at the cost of 19 escaping into the ocean, and one of our subunits been lost. One of our guys does not have the readiness to pull back. That'll be fine. So we bring these guys over the mountain. We'll slowly split these guys up in their individual units. We do have that model design going on. So as soon as that model design's going, most of these infantry want to get upgraded. To be fair, I'm a bit behind on actually getting them all upgraded, so we still got some of the previous generation kicking around as well. Check up on that. Infantry, we've got... I think everyone's up to 3, yeah. So we've got a few thousand. But that's, about 20,000 infantry? No, almost 30,000 infantry. No, 30,000. Yeah, actually, no, 30,000. 30,000-ish GIH-3s. We've been in GI4s for a while, and we've got even more of them. And all these guys are going to want to get upgraded to 5s when the 5s come out. And the machine guns are really out of date. Actually, no, well... The deployed ones are out of date. We're just basically going to skip over 2. We designed 2 and apparently never upgraded them. Trucks could probably be upgraded. They're functional enough for the moment. This can get upgraded. We can swap over due to charge due to 50mm plate, or 50mm polymer. We just did you, although it may actually be a good idea to get you upgraded. So on and so forth. But lots of upgrades to do. Yeah. Yep, I think this is where we're gonna cycle the turn. Actually, thinking about it, can I strategically move you back to the HQ? Yeah, let's do that. Don't think I can do that with you. Oh no, I can. Okay. Get you back to HQ as well. These are all the last generation tanks. Do I have the industry? It looks like I do have the industry. Let's generate about 5 of the new tank. And then I'm going to take advantage of mass replace. I suppose I only need to replace. Replace. Oh, actually, no, I do need mass replace. Okay. Mass replace.
Affirmative.
There you go. So that keeps the XP on them doing it that way. and that's pushed all the old ones back into the SHQ. I am going to go ahead and actually recycle the ones in the SHQ.
Affirmative.
There we go. We retained our XP on our tanks. We'll kind of do the same sort of thing with the armored buggies here. When we develop the next batch of armored buggies. Because right now we're working with... Oh, right now that's what we're working with, right? So we can go to Polymer, which is going to save us weight. Go up to the Charged Gauss, which is a firepower improvement. Could even go all the way down to Heavy Diesel Engine. We probably got the petrol to handle that. Which would give us action point savings. So that's probably one to upgrade to. And then all the infantry let's upgrade. So we got lots of upgrades we want to do. Okay, let's cycle that turn. I think we'll do one more turn, and then we'll bring the stream to an end. We can see a little bit the aquatic forces there did manage to chase the militia in off the coastline, so we did lose a bit of coastline there. And we're coming back around to us. If everything goes according to plan, we'll probably just be able to take that little coastline back pretty quickly. It doesn't necessarily look like it came in to the land after it chased our guy off the coast. Okay. We're going to pick up the bottom of round 186, where we've got 2 infantry kills for a cost of 100. We got 6 decisions awaiting us. We'll do the decisions first. You want extra funds? We got the funds. So have them. You want the democracy profile to be raised. We're trying to go merit, so no.
Affirmative.
We want neither enforcement nor heart, so we will arrange therapeutic visits for the afflicted at a private
Order
clinic.
received.
Copy that.
Research focused, fine, yes.
Copy
Give you full
that.
support to mitigate that. Success. Ominous sealed door. Study the situation first.
Affirmative.
It seems safe, sir. Whatever they quarantined in the past, it must be long dead. Says the person who failed their check, yes. Okay, we've got some local bottlenecking down here. Means the truck station here needs to continue to be expanded.
Affirmative.
This guy's marching north. You marching north. Marching north. Okay, we were able to link up with them. That's why the hexes weren't being handed over, because we got this stealth guy there. And we didn't get our design done yet. Looks like we got another turn left on that. Placed. Yeah, okay, so next turn we'll have the new infantry model. So we don't necessarily want to move these guys too far away from the road, because they're going to have upcoming upgrades coming in. The 8th there, we'll put the 5th there, we'll put the 2nd there. I think you remember the 8th. You remember the 5th. You're actually... well, the 2nd there. You're the 2nd. You may be noticing that some of our brigades are bigger than normal. We've actually got some independent units attached to them. But they're basically the same. It doesn't really change the unit up that much. Some of our oldest units have two extra infantry battalions attached to them.
Let's go.
Ah, so much better than militia. Almost tempting just to attack these guys with the militia. Oh, we will.
Advancing.
Get them to surrender, it removes them from the hex.
Do no harm?
There they
Yeah,
go.
right.
Okay, effective.
Enemy spotted. Do no harm? Yeah, right. Hostiles detected. Need backup.
I think the problems we're going to have fighting up here are actually going to be fighting these mountains, so let's push you that way, and then we can strategic move you. Oh, all the way up there, okay. Get some real movement in there. So you can probably bring it to bear on that on-land animal next turn. We got the replacement in the HQ, right? Surprised the transfer didn't happen. That's the case. Because that's a militia one. No. Yeah, because that's a militia one. Interesting. It says unsuitable for militia, but this is... Our buggy unit is not a militia, so that means that you're militia. Chrome Mountain... Militia, okay. So, these guys have decided that they need armored buggies of the modern variety. Expecting that. Okay. Obviously, there's not enough logistics to get that delivered to them, so it's sitting the SHQ. So we do need another buggy. To get the buggy unit up to full strength. And I suppose I should probably just do... probably that's a waste, because we're going to save them to get the third upgrade. The next upgrade here on them. It's probably replace the ones just built, yes. Okay. For enough ending, we're not going to do another part. Is there anything else I want to complete during this turn? So, working the lightweight, looking the high tech. You can see we're getting into some of the more expensive techs. So even with 200 BP assigned, we're only getting like 9% a turn. So another 6 turns? Yeah, because 5 turns would be 45%. So we have 6 turns out. Here we're getting a little bit more. We're getting 18% on the military. Of course, we're investing almost twice as much. So that's actually going to be done like 2 turns, lightweight. Air Force, same sort of thing with the turboprop. Turboprop's got like 2 turns out. You're at 50% on logistical operations. I should pull you up. Change your research target. Could do fuel efficiency. Actually, let's do fuel efficiency, because otherwise it's not going to apply to... The sooner we get that done, the sooner it'll apply to units. Because we have to rebuild the unit, or redesign the units for it to apply to units. And the infantry model will be done next turn. Yeah, looked at that earlier. Construction. Bureaucratic office is 4 done. Okay, so we can get those expanded.
Roger that. Copy that.
And we can do 2 more expands next turn. I think both Adams Mark and Rome Mountain. Yeah, both of them can go up to 6. So we can get a lot more bureaucracy. We're still expanding the bureaucracy. Empire dashboard. Before penalty, we're already... Well, after penalty, we're almost up to 3,000. Before penalty, we're almost up to 4,000. And we're going to build more. More bureaucracy. And then we can look at existing bottlenecks. So by the improvements in the rail network, we have pretty much cleared up the bottlenecks, except for the last mile delivery around the city down here, which is truck stations. I gotta expand this truck station. Purchase it. We're upgrading it. Upgrading it to tier 2 like triples the output. Tripling the output will probably solve all the problems down here. And then I probably want to actually expand the truck station going out that way, because we got no rail stations between there and where we're going.
Roger that.
So expand that truck station again. At least until we reach the point where, like, I need a colony. And then we'll put rail out there, and then that truck station won't be super helpful, but it is what it is. And then ending off this part, we're bringing the stream to an end. We're up to 18.2 victory score. We are solidly in first. Although we still got a lot of the planet takeover. We got we got the largest portion of the planetary population. I wouldn't be surprised if it's literally going to come down to picking up enough planet to win the game here. So let's call you up.
Copy that.
Say hello to the slave trader.
Copy that.
Liberate some more people using the power of money. Sounds like it could grow on to all the cities. See what no special event effects there. None there. We might have one here. A monster. Okay. None there.
Standing by.
There's none there. And I've got the industry now, so let's go ahead. Dirt road up to there. And start getting that oil well
Aye,
going.
aye, sir.
We don't need it right now. Granted, I only got 1 motorized going, so I may want to upgrade more units to motorized, or build more motorized. We've got enough manpower sitting around. I can deploy 4, if not 5, brigades. And I suppose the new ones could be just full motorized. Zooming around with the speed of the truck. Explored all this new area up, an all-lined area up there. Apparently didn't get enough reconnaissance to know what's next to them, although we know it's an all-lined, at least the next neighbor over. Some territory over there, we don't know what sort of territory. Territory. Could be sentient aliens, could be slavers, could be arachnids. Oh, we got more spies. Can we send those spies? We can send some here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I suppose I can find out what sort of territories those are.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So next time if we go over there and check, we'll be able to know whether these are, presumably. That should be enough to give us an idea what the culture is. Maybe not enough to know what the zone shape is, but culture is a little easier to find out. And yeah, we got 6.2% of the planet, so we got more than everyone else. We got 30% of the world population, and we know where another 300,000 is going to come from. So you can do the math, work out how many we have. About 500. So about 1.6 million, I think we've got. So we'd probably hit about 2 million. So if I can actually go look at the help here. Not help, the regimes. Our regime info should be up to date. If I can find myself. Am I at the bottom? I'm at the bottom. That explains it. Economy. So 1.4 million population, another 200,000 workers. So we're about 1.6. So we're gonna get like quarter of our score is gonna go up from population. So the population's then probably gonna go into like 7.5% when we integrate that protectorate, which will be like 3.5% victory score. That'll bring us to like 21, 22 before we even account for the planet that will give us. So yeah, not enough to make us win, but we'll definitely be far enough in the lead at that point where I think people would have to contest us at least to win. Yeah, that's where we are at this point. If you're watching on YouTube, if everything goes according to plan, there should be a part up tomorrow. Let me go ahead and bring up the schedule so I can remind myself what the order of things is, so I can remind Twitch what's coming up over the next couple days. If you're watching this on YouTube, those things that I'm about to discuss are going to be recorded in your past, so you can always hop over to YouTube or hop over to Twitch if you can't wait for them to arrive on YouTube, because the Twitch VODs do stay up for 14 days. So today was Shadow Empire. Tomorrow is going to be Terra Invicta. Monday is going to be continuation of Strategic Command World War I. It's the Call to Arms campaign at the Entente. Tuesday is going to be a continuation of the United States game in Victoria 3, where we're going to try to expand, well, continue expanding past the 100 million GDP mark, which is where we were at when we ended last time. And then Wednesday of this upcoming week is going to be the continuation of Shadow Empire. So that's the upcoming schedule. If you're watching on Twitch and you want to comment responded to, now's probably a good place or a good time to leave them if you want them to be responded to before bringing the stream down. If you're watching the Twitch VOD later, because the VOD does stay for 14 days, feel free to hop over to the YouTube channel, leave comments over there if you've got any questions about the game, and feel free to ask any questions. I can go look at other reports and stuff that I generally don't look at if there's a report type that you're interested in seeing. Same thing if you're watching on Twitch. If there's anything you want to see in the game, Shadow Empire is one of the games where I do keep all the autosaves. In addition, I'm going to put a save in right here at the end of this turn, as soon as we end the stream today. So if there's anything you want to see from any of the turns, feel free to let me know. I can always go ahead and effectively look it up for you. So with that, I'm going to go wish you all the best of luck, get a good time until the next part and or the next stream, and bye for now.